Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to Breakfast with Sergio, special edition of Artists in Lockdown. Today, I'm talking with Dalia Ali from all the way from Jordan. She is doing an awesome video series of small talk from Middle East artists. You don't want to miss it. Check it out. Well, hi, Dalia. How are you?
Fine. How are you, Sergio?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for being here in the show, all the way joining me from Jordan. And we're gonna have a great conversation here, the both of us, about the things that you are doing as an artist there. Also, a new video kind of show format that you started to highlight artists from the Middle East, which is awesome. And among other things that we'll also chat about. So, tell me a little bit how things going for you over in Jordan. What's the situation there right now when it comes to the lockdown?
Well, Jordan was one of the earliest countries to lock down with few cases.
Okay.
And it was a very strict lockdown. We had for 4 or 5 days, we weren't allowed to go out at all.
Wow.
And then we were allowed to go out from 10 to 6 just to get groceries or to go to the pharmacy. And that was it. And it's still going on now, but now they're loosening up the lockdown by giving people permits to go to certain types of essential work. And you can't even drive a car unless you have a permit to go to work. So we couldn't drive cars to go anywhere. So it's all walking. Yeah. But it's very good because now we've been 6 weeks so far and we have only 440 cases.
Okay, wow. So that has kind of kept it.
So we're doing well and they're decreasing very much. It's just 2 or 3 cases a day now.
Wow.
So I think.
And how are you now able to do a little bit more activity outside, or is still very strict the close down?
No. We have sirens every day at 6 p.m. and we have to go inside the houses. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well. We're hoping that very soon we will all be able to start working outside and doing more things, connecting with the people that we miss, which is, I think that's one of the hardest part, right? I mean, we were so used to being in contact with people all the time, everywhere, and all of a sudden, like being pulled back is been really hard.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
But it has its positive sides.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, we started doing a lot of Zoom calls to each other. And for example, for me, Zoom calls or videos, I'm very video shy and public speaking shy. So the more we did it, the more I got courageous about it. And this actually led to the artist talks that I'm doing right now.
Excellent. So let's start jumping into that conversation because I love that. So we met through online, of course. We had never met in person, only through online, through the Art Next Level Academy there. And then I remember you mentioned you wanted to start doing this video series of highlighting artists also who are in lockdown too, and do your own video show. And so kind of using this format of the Zoom interview type of thing. And now you have your show out. So tell me a little bit about that process, because I think there's a lot of artists probably watching this video who are also in that same situation where like, well, I want to do something, but I'm not sure. I'm not good in camera, or, I'm shy, or I'm an introvert, or I hate my voice, which, by the way, I never liked my voice. I still don't like my voice on video, but, it's like, well, it is what it is. I cannot change that. So tell me a little bit how you kind of overcame those obstacles.
I think the main thing, I had a very strange feeling when we were on lockdown. And that feeling was, I would come here into my studio and, I have so much work to do. I have this to prepare. I have to finish this and I'd come here and I don't want to do any of this. And all of a sudden, the first thing that was strange that happened to me was that I took out my watercolors that I've never used except for a few times. Because I find watercolors so challenging, because you have to plan the whatever you're drawing, you have to plan it. And I don't like to plan. I like to just, paint
Go at it.
acrylic or oil. You don't like it, you put something else on top,
Right.
it's gone. But with watercolors, it's you have to know what you want to do. So that was my first strange feeling with quarantine. But I think the real feeling behind it was that I was giving myself the acceptance to do anything and not judge myself. Maybe that's why I just drifted towards watercolors, because I said, I don't care, whatever I do is fine. I don't have to have a perfect painting at the end.
Right.
And that's, I think, like I said, when I started doing Zoom calls and getting used to talking and with my friends over Zoom, I thought, well, it started off, the idea was that I was thinking about all the artists around me and how all of them, most of them here sell through galleries or exhibitions. There's very, very little sales over the internet. It's not that big here. So I was thinking about all those artists, and I was thinking, this is really bad for all of them, especially if they're supporting their families.
Right.
And I thought, well, I mean, the followers, I mean, I don't have a lot of followers, but the followers I have on my account, they follow me for either their friends or for my art. So I already have the audience for that. So I said, what if I put like 6 paintings per artist on my stories for 24 hours and tag the artist. So anyone who sees it can go to the artist account, and you never know what it becomes, a follower, a sale, anything. Yeah. So I started that. Then after it was gone in 24 hours, I'm like, oh, all this effort in collecting the information and getting permission from the artist.
And now it's gone in 24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah. So I said, okay, why don't I put it all in a new account? And I called it Middle East Artists.
Okay.
And I compiled all the paintings over there. And then I'm taking your challenge from the studio to the world. And in week 2, you were saying that if you can do something repetitive or on a regular basis to get something out to the world. And I thought really the thing I care about is to get the Arab or Middle Eastern art out to the world. So through the paintings, and then I said, the paintings, they're kind of dry if you just look at a painting. I thought maybe it's a good idea to have the artist's character as well. So I wanted to get the human touch with the painting. So I thought, well, maybe I can be as courageous and brave as Sergio and do mini artist talks and ask them how they're doing in the lockdown, and hopefully also get more traffic to the artist. And I called the series Middle East Artist Dardashe. Dardashe in Arabic is like casual talk. Okay. So it's, like, hi, how are you? What are you doing?
Like
and
small talk,
it's casual. Helps set the theme for the talk for the artist and for me and for the expectation.
I love that, Dalia. I think that is awesome. I'm super excited that you're sharing that with us, because a lot of times we think like, well, I need to have 50,000, 70,000 followers in order to do something that means something, but you don't. Any size audience, as long as people are engaged with you, is great. And that's exactly what you're doing. And now what you have done is say, okay, this is my audience, but I'm going to share my audience with others, right? And with other artists and highlighting other people. So now all of a sudden you go from being yourself as the artist, now you are also creating a sense of community. And now, there's this community of people that not only get to know you better because you are introducing other artists, but also they get to be introduced to other artists that they, in return, they can follow and purchase from them and so on. So that is beautiful. That's amazing. I love that when an artist can do that transition going from me to we, right? From what I do to what we do, right? As community, which that's pretty much what Breakfast with Sergio is all about, right? And
yeah, exactly. That's what you do. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm learning from you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, the challenge from your studio to the world, that's the whole idea. And when that came about, there was no pandemic. Now it's even more important on how we all we have is our studio practice, what we are able to create now. But we have all these tools to create and to project to the world, which is awesome. So tell me a little bit also, how often are you producing the video interviews of Middle East?
Yeah, I call them the Middle East Artist Highlights, which are the 6 paintings on Mondays and Fridays, so twice a week.
Excellent.
And on Wednesdays, once a week, I'll be putting videos. I've only put one so far, but I already have 2 and I'm working on the rest.
Excellent. And probably by the time this actual recording comes out, maybe probably the second one might already be out there. So great. All right, Dalia, well, that's awesome so far what you have shared with us. So why don't you tell us also about the International Online Art Collective, which I know you've been part of as well. So, and it's something that came out pretty much out of the pandemic, out of being all isolated, as you have also connected with other artists. So tell us a little bit more about the International Online Art Collective.
Yes, we were all taking your small challenge workshop, and we ended up having our own engagement group on Instagram. This is how we got together, and we've been supporting each other through, likes and comments and any questions we have about art. So this was going on, and then when the lockdown happened, someone said, why don't we do an online art collective? And it was just an idea. When you talked to Caroline a few weeks ago, it was still an idea, but now it's actually out. And we are 20 artists from all over the world. And sharing our art and trying to bring some positivity to our current situation.
Wonderful. Again, and that becomes another community, right? Another community of artists, again, that continues to help each other out, which I think in times like this of crisis, having groups that we connect with and that we can all kind of share things with and help each other out are really essential. So congratulations on that. We look forward to hear more about it. Now, tell me also a little bit about your work, because we see your beautiful paintings in the back. So tell us a little bit about the type of work that you do.
Well, I do like this, like the abstract figures. I'm very concerned about like relationships between people and their body language, looking backwards or forward or leaning or not. And then I have like this one. It's more of cityscapes.
Okay.
Because I'm an architect by education, but I always have loved art. Yeah, so I do a lot of cityscapes. And then I have this small one, like nature. Nature inspires me a lot. So especially during the changes of seasons, I would have to go and paint something to do with nature just to capture the moment.
Excellent. Well, Dalia, tell us, where can our friends find you in social media if they want to connect with you? Also, tell us, how can they find the Middle East artists, videos that you're producing?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram. My name is Dalia Ali Art. So it's DALIA ALIART, one word. And on Facebook, it's Dalia Ali Art, 3 words. Okay. And the account I've created is called middle_east_artists.
Great. And there our friends can find not only the videos, but also the featured artists that you have, their works as well. And we invite everyone to go and help Dalia grow that page, follow the artists that she is also presenting to us. So thanks everyone for being here. Thank you so much, Dalia, for sharing what you are doing right now. We wish you the best, not only to you, and extend also all our greetings to all the artists that you are highlighting in your in your show.
Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for the inspiration.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks, friends. Please share this episode with all your friends as well. And don't forget, connect with Dalia and I. We will be really excited and happy to hear from you. Have a good day. Goodbye.